I'm your host with the most, Welcome 23. You're joining me for Elementalists, Chapter 12, Toil and Trouble. You sit up in your bed and look down at Atlas as he's just broken some big news. Are you sure it was one of my friends in the mirror dimension? I saw that bracelet clear as day, and whoever it is either keeping it a secret from you for some reason, or they're working with Rafe. The money's on the ladder. One of my friends? I guess it's possible. We just did meet them. It wouldn't be the craziest thing that's happened to me since I got her. Good. I'm glad to see you see reason. But I'm still not sure. I find it hard to believe that one of them could be so horrible. Just think of it about all the times you've been attacked. Are you positive your friends haven't been involved? Think back on when the shadow monsters have come after you. Well, the first time when I got to my dorm, I was with Shreya, and then I got attacked again after I was with Griffin and Zeph at the thief tryouts. And this last time, we were all in the Hall of Mirrors when I got sucked in. I guess my friends are around a lot when I've been attacked. See, any of them could be responsible. Or it could be a coincidence. I spend a lot of time around my friends, so of course it's more than likely I get attacked after seeing them. You can't seriously be the stands. That wouldn't explain why someone with your bracelet was in the mirror dimension. Okay, well, that does seem pretty suspicious. But there has to be another explanation. Until we figured out what's going on, you have to assume the worst case scenario and keep an eye on your friends. Okay, but how exactly are we going to figure that out? We go back to the Hall of Mirrors. But we just were down there and barely found out anything. But that's because we didn't go inside. We still need to figure out why you were able to get in the mirror dimension in the first place. The key must be the mirror you fell through. Magic always leaves traces, and I'm sure that the room has the answers we're looking for. In the meantime, you need to see if we can figure out which of your friends can't be trusted. I'm telling you, my friends are behind this. And how do you know that? I know this because... they were really worried about me tonight? They've stuck by me through everything. I mean, wow, I've literally had family members in the past stick with me through ferocious loss while stabbing me in the back simultaneously before, during, and after. So, that lame baby excuse won't work. Neither of these actually will really work. I wish there was a third logical choice. I'm just gonna go with they stuck through me through everything. You can always fake worry and crocodile tears, so... No matter how crazy stuff has happened, they've always stuck by my side through it all. That should have been your first sign that something was up. Normally people would run for the hills the moment they knew there was danger. This is true. Well, friendship. No, well, it can be, but yeah, moving on. No, they've only stuck around because they're out to get you. Which is why we need to find out what they are doing in the mirror dimension. Atlas gets comfortable in a sleeping bag as you change in your pajamas and before climbing into bed. As the lights dim, you close your eyes, but your thoughts are still whirling. Atlas, get some rest. You'll need all your energy tomorrow. I don't like your shirt with your pocket teeth. That is so stupid to go to bed in. Ryan. The next morning, you pick out your clothes for the day. Oh, hell no. I sure as shit ain't wearing this shirt. Denim digs. Yep, cheers us luck, bye. Sure as hell ain't gonna be the pocket tee. Once you're dressed, you head down to the natural studies. and take your seat next to Shreya at one of the tables. Professor Kontos steps up to the front of class, setting up a large leafy plant down on the desk.
Good morning, class. Today we're continuing our lessons on plants by reviewing a very special one. Playchoices.
I don't know, just go with it.
As you've recalled, we planted those a few weeks ago, and now the leaves are ready for harvest.
Professor Kontos holds up a large leaf with veins of gold running through it, while Shreya whispers, I've had this before. Patisserie Rizzo uses it all in her cakes. Oh, what's it do? Professor Kontos clears his throat, drawing your attention again.
Playchoices is well known for its ability to influence thoughts and emotions. In particular, when consumed, it has mood-boosting properties.
Oh, Professor, what is it typically used for?
Well, excellent question. Generally, it's used as a stress reliever. It gives you energy and brightens your day. The perfect thing to sell in a cup of coffee or... However, an overdose causes individuals to experience euphoria. It's been known to completely consume them.
Turn back to Shreya and whisper urgently. You said you've eaten that stuff? Only in small doses. As Kontos walks around the room, setting down a phyllifum planted in front of each student.
Now, in order to safely harvest phyllifum, you must stroke the stems before you gently pluck the leaves off. If you rip off the leaves, you pose a risk of releasing spores, which can give you a nasty case of giggles. Now, get to work. I'll be coming by each of your tables to check on your progress and answer any questions.
You and Shreya turn to your plant, which smells sweet like honey. Rip off the leaves! Stroke the stem. Gently stroke the stem of the plant. The leaves suddenly droop and their veins turn a sparkling gold. As I begin coughing, you pluck the leaves gingerly, and as you do, a warm feeling settles in your belly.
Ah, excellent work, Mr. Winchester. I see you were paying attention.
This is actually kind of therapeutic.
One of the plant's other abilities, if you're kind to phyllifum, gives off soothing energy. I keep one in every room of my house.
He just goes around stroking. Kontos leaves your desk to check on other students. You remove one or more leaves, carefully stroking the stem first. You glance over at Shreya, who's uncharacteristically quiet. Only see her snatch a handful of leaves off the desk and stuff them into her pocket. I'm gonna say something. Shreya, what are you doing? Shreya jumps, swirling around to face you. She hides her hands behind her back. Just removing the leaves, of course, like Kontos said to. It looked like you were taking some. I want to be able to study them later, so I'm ready for them for when they come up on a test. Shreya turns back to her plant, looking pointedly away from you. You have your own plant, why did you take my leaves? For a moment, you return to your own plant. The rest of the class passes uneventfully, but when the bell rings, Shreya leaps up from her chair. Well, I've got stuff to do, so I'll see you later. Oh, quickly, everyone's acting suspicious. Shreya rushes out the door. Before you can respond, you gather your belongings and leave the greenhouse, worry gnawing at your stomach. When you step inside, you spot a familiar face crouched in the grass, searching for something.
Just hold still.
Walk up behind Beckett, but he's intentionally focused on whatever he's doing. Did you drop something, like your calculator, or your supplemental reading, or your glasses, or you're just happy to see the grass?
Don't be absurd, I don't wear glasses.
Well, you got me there, so what are you doing? I'm collecting spores from the ferns known as Kelvin's Claw. It's for natural studies class. If I collect the requisite samples for a particular potion, I get excellent credit. Ah, extra credit. Explains everything. Do you mind holding this frond for me while I scrape the underside? I'm having a hard time managing both tasks. You crouch down beside Beckett and lift the fern leaf. He carefully collects a sample, brow furrowed in concentration. There we go. Having your assistance proved quite useful just now. I've got nothing better to do than rescue a gentleman in distress. Actually, would you mind joining me in collecting the rest of the ingredients? Be sure to tell Professor Contos you helped. I'm certain that would impress him. Oh, you want me to help you collect plants? Indeed. It will require adventuring around campus and perhaps a little bit of death-defying acrobatics to get what we need, but the results will be worth it. I could even give you a preview of the potion. It's sure to be a marvelous sight to behold. Help Beckett get extra credit to embrace Contos and strengthen your friendship with Beckett. He's not acting suspicious at all! You're on your own. Sorry, I just got out of natural studies class and I'm all flora and fauna down. Ah, fair enough. I wouldn't want you to be overexposed to this field of study and come to tire of it. Yeah, I wouldn't want that. See you around. You turn to leave Beckett to his studies, but he steps forward. Wait, Ezekiel, An emotion you can't quite place crosses Beckett's face, then he shakes his head. Never mind, it's not important. See you around. He hurriedly crosses the quad, leaving you alone. That's Beckett. He's acting like that for 3 good chapters now. When you return to your room and find Alice sitting on your bed, you drop your bag by the door and join him. There you are. You've been gone almost all day. What took you so long? Well, you know, the normal thing to do would ask me is, how's my day? Why would I do that? Because that's what a brother would do. We're supposed to support each other, you know, like checking in just to make sure the other's doing alright, or pass. Now that we're finally together, don't you care about that at all? Not if it means sharing feelings all the time. To answer your question, I was in class. Isn't that what you wanted me to do? A new class would take so long. Did you find out? Shreya was acting super suspicious. She stole some magical leaves during class and then ran off as soon as class was over. And Beckett was pretty weird too. It was like something was bothering him, but I don't know what it was. So which one of them do you think it is? I don't know. I think I need to do a little bit more digging to find out if either of them is the culprit. And we should focus on the Hall of Mirrors. I already got what we need for tonight. So, how are we even gonna get close to the Hall of Mirrors without getting caught? They've got the whole section of the building blocked off. The supplies I got will help us investigate the Hall of Mirrors once we're inside, but maybe it'd be best if I do this alone. No way! I want answers as much as you do, Atlas. You can't just leave me here. You haven't been trained at all. But I wanna come! Then tell me what you think the biggest threat to our mission is. The biggest threat is my lack of experience. That seems like a die-hard selection. Professor England the Century. It's a crown of flame behind us. I just noticed that. Professor England. Guarding the Hall of the Mirror itself, and if he sees me there again, he's sure to get suspicious and report it. He didn't really seem that threatening, but I guess you know him better than I do. Alice crosses his arm and watches you closely before sighing. Alright, fine, you can come with. Yes! I promise you won't regret it. You did a pretty good job of getting me back there last night without getting caught, but it wouldn't hurt to take some more extra precautions. Do you have a disguise of some kind, or clothing with magical enchantment? I don't, but I think I know someone who would. If Aster sees me coming, she'll be able to whip an outfit up for me. Good. Go find something useful, and be sure to be back here by dark, or you go without me. Yeah, I know. I'll be back in a bit. Use a door in the common room to get to Ben Square and quickly hurry into Aster's shop. A bell rings as you step inside, where you find Aster waiting patiently behind the counter. Let me guess, you saw me coming. Naturally, and I have the perfect outfit for your break-in tonight. Why do you know? Who told? Who dare? Aster, you can't let anyone else know I'm planning a break-in, alright? It would defeat the purpose of all the sneaking around. Her smile gets wider and she giggles as she steps out from behind the counter. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. Aster leads you to the clothing rack, where she pulls out a black leather jacket with matching pants and boots. The clothes itself is enchanted to make you difficult to see, so it should be perfect for sneaking around. And the shoes have almost a special enchantment. I have also a special enchantment on them to make you walk in total silence. Aster, this is brilliant. Well, go on then. Try it on. My leaves are positively shaking in anticipation. You take the outfit from Aster and step into the changing room. Wear the stealth outfit to unlock exclusive. Damn it, it's black. Make sneaking around a breeze and look good while doing it in this stealthy outfit. Huh. I wish you could minimize to look at it, but... This would take us down to 67. Bet it's black. But that would take us down to 67. But it's black. But it would take us down to 67. No, I'm kidding. You know what? For once, I'm gonna have to say no on the black, and then let people enjoy... Like, basically, if there's choices that people need to follow along with, is what I'm also thinking of. Did you not like it? No, I did, but it seems like overkill. We're sneaking around the campus, not robbing a high-security bank. Besides, Alice is managing a special outfit, so I should be fine with that one. I suppose that makes sense. You know best, after all. I'm really glad you stopped by. Today. Oh, here we go. Aster? Aster freezes, her eyes glazed over and unseeing, and then she slowly begins to speak in monotone. The earth is sick, its darkness leaches in our roots. It runs in our veins, poisoning us. His power grows stronger every day. How far will he spread the disease? How many of us shall fall before he is satisfied? Time is passing faster now. We rush toward an end, into the unknowing. Suddenly, Aster reaches out, grabbing onto your arm and holding it tight. Beware the mischievous hour. Beware. Aster stumbles forward and you catch her, holding her up. She rests her head against your shoulder. You let out and lets out a heavy sigh. I'm sorry, Ezekiel. I don't know what's going on with me lately. Are you sure you're alright? I'll be fine. I'll need a moment. You try to help Aster stand, but she stumbles again and slumps back into your arms. There must be something big looming on the horizon. That'd be the only reason I'm branching so much. Help Aster over to the bench, sitting down beside her. Aster, I know you don't always understand your branching, but do you know what you mean by the mischievous hour? Oh, well, I must have been talking about midnight, you know, when it's almost impossible to do magic. But hang on, I've definitely seen magic done late at night. It's only hard to do magic for about a minute. Most people don't even notice it happening. Okay, why is it called mischievous? Because magic acts so strangely when you try to cast at midnight. Sometimes your magic just doesn't work. Sometimes it does, but the magic is all mixed up. so it could blow up in your face. That's always a possibility. During the mischievous hour, you never know what you're going to get into. Aster sighs, but then perks back up. She stands, her legs still shaking a bit. Well, I'd better get back to work. The shop isn't going to organize itself. Are you sure you're feeling well enough for that? Well, somebody has to keep the shop in order, although I wouldn't mind some help if you're offering. This shop is such a magical place, I'm sure you'd enjoy looking at all the amazing stuff we have here. Here are a series of hoots and agreements. Look up to find the hootlings perched on the edge of a shelf. One of them flaps down, landing on your shoulder, nuzzling its wooden feathers against the side of your face. Ah, yes, wooden feathers. Woohoo! Seems like I'm not the only one who wants you to stick around, so what do you say? Help Ash organize the shop, learn more about her, and get a chance to share a romantic moment with her. Sorry I can't stay, got a secret mission. Gently move the hootling off your shoulder, handing him over to Aster. I really need to get ready for later. Then I won't keep you any longer. Start towards the door when Aster calls back to you. I hope you find what you're looking for tonight. Thanks, Aster. With a wave, you leave Aster's shop and head back to Pendarghast. That night, you and Atlas sneak down into the foyer. Despite the warm glow of the lights, the hallway is eerily still and quiet. You peek around the corner at the door, the sentry from before standing nearby. Looks like the sentry is still on guard. Remember, we can't let it see us or hear us. Otherwise, our professors will know we've been poking around. So what's the plan? We'll have to sneak by. I'll kill the light so it can't see us, then we'll just have to quietly move past it. Then you go shopping to get stealthy clothing, you totally stand out. Oh, look at yourself! It's not like you're wearing anything special either. Because I don't need to. Ugh, whatever, just follow my lead. With a final glance at you, Atlas steps out of the foyer, he raises his hands, and the lights flicker before going out.
Who goes there?
You and Atlas stay quiet, and you hear a soft hum, and a light starts to glow inside of the helmet. Then a beam of light shoots out of the eye slits on the opposite side of the room and begins to sweep towards you. I have to hide. Back behind a column. Atlas floats himself onto the ceiling. You dart behind a column, keeping yourself out of the sentry's line of sight. The beam of light passes over the column without stopping. Looks like it didn't see me. No visual anomalies checking perimeter now. The beam of light fades away, and you and Atlas come out of hiding. You hear the shifting of metal as though the suit of armor has started moving around the room, but you can't see it in the darkness. You get to the hallway, but how do I do that when I don't know where the sentry is? I should listen closely. You stand perfectly still, holding your breath. You hear the shifting in metal again off to your left. I should keep right so I don't run into it. You sneak towards the hall, carefully keeping right. You feel Atlas following closely beside you.
Perimeter clear. Returning to post.
As you reach the entrance to the hallway, you take a step forward and the floorboard creaks quietly. You need to be careful or the noise will draw the sentry right to us. Stay where I am. Not wanting to make a sound, you stay frozen in place. The metal noises get closer. Atlas nudges you. Come on, get moving. As Atlas speaks, you hear the sentry whirl in your direction. He pushes you into the hallway just in the nick of time. I was close. You hear the sentry head back into the foyer. All cleared. Well, looks like we did it. Not bad. Seems like you're getting the hang of this. You easily snuck by the sentry. Got a good teacher. Suddenly, you hear soft humming from down the hall. You turn and spot Professor England facing away from you. Atlas grabs you and pulls you into an alcove. Alright, now we just have to deal with him. I'll disguise you as the Dean, and you'll get him to let us inside. I still can't believe you can do that. Well, believe it. I've been studying advanced magic since I was 5. But remember, I can only make the spell last for 5 minutes. You'll have to convince him before the spell wears off. Now, you just have to think about how the Dean speaks, otherwise the spell won't work properly. Close your eyes. I remember her saying, I'm not a woman known for second chances. Atlas places his hand on your shoulder and you feel magic burst from his fingers, rippling over your skin. How do I look? Exactly as you're supposed to. I'm surprised the spell isn't an easy one. Now, cut the chit-chat. You've got only 5 minutes. Atlas shoves you into the hall. You straighten your posture, tilt your chin up as you step out of the alcove. You walk calmly over to Professor England. Ah, Dean Joffe. I didn't expect to see you tonight. How are you? Just fine, thank you. I'm glad to see you aren't too shaken up on what's happened. I'm actually in a hurry, so I'd appreciate if we could keep this short. Random cough. Oh, of course. You're a very busy woman. I don't imagine you came down here just to chat with me. No, I actually need to examine the Hall of Mirrors. Really? But I thought you wanted to keep the room quarantined just to be safe. We don't want to risk another act of vandalism, especially since some poor students got caught in the crossfire. They might have been so frightened. Shakes his head and turns his back to you. Why do you need to go inside? The investigators already finished their report. I just need to double-check the results. I don't trust those amateurs. We need a thorough investigation to ensure such a breach in our security doesn't happen again. Understood. I can only hope we'll have this fully resolved soon. Is there anything I can do to help? Yes, leave me alone. Oh, are you sure? I promise you I could be of some assistance. Are you implying I can't handle this? No, not at all, Dean. I was just trying to make myself useful. If I need assistance, I will ask. Until then, I would prefer if you leave me in peace. And Professor England was fooled. Oh, don't let me get in your way, ma'am. The room is all yours. Just holler if you need me. I doubt that would be necessary. Professor England gives you a nod before wandering off down the hall, humming to himself again. Once he's out of sight, Atlas sneaks over to your side. Not bad, I'm impressed, but I don't think he's going to stay gone for long. You and Atlas step into the Hall of Mirrors just as the spell fades, returning you to your normal appearance. The room looks just like the first time you saw it. Didn't take them very long to repair anything. So why is it still blocked off, then? It doesn't look like there's any evidence left to collect. There is, if you have the right supplies. Ellis pulls a handful of strange objects out of his pocket, crushes them in his fists. They crumble to dust in his hand, which he raises in front of you. See? Whoa! What was that? A moon spell that lets you see magic that's been used recently. Suddenly you hear a soft humming voice along with footsteps approaching the room. He's back already? Hurry, look around. You examine the mirrors, which each glow with another worldly light, and then Alice calls over to you. Seagull, come look at this. You're able to find him standing in front of the same mirror that you fell through. While the mirror still glows, every so often the glow disappears, bits of darkness flickering at the edges. Why does this mirror look different from all the others? Because someone sabotaged it. Someone took the wards off. Which means the wards are the protective shield that prevents intruders from just showing up on campus. Every mirror is supposed to have them. Without them, the monsters would just walk right in. Hell, Rafe himself could get to you. Then, why hasn't he done that before? The wards can only be taken down on this side of the portal. You'd have to be on school grounds to manipulate them. That's why I get stuck in the mirror dimension. I couldn't take the wards down from that side. Not to mention that only a select number of people know how to manipulate wards, since the magic is so complex. So, you're saying what? There's someone powerful inside Pendarghast who wants you dead. Okay, so that doesn't explain who's coming this way, humming. I doubt it's Mr. England again. So, huh. I know, a lot of people are gonna go, I know it's Zeph! And, you know, we didn't investigate him, and we didn't see him. We don't know if it's Zeph. Everyone was like, well, Zeph's always around. Uh-huh. That was the whole point of this chapter, to prove that my other friends are around too. Equal amounts as much as Zeph. Zeph wasn't around every single one of them. Who isn't around to get suspicious? Hmm? Everyone's gonna go, no, not my Beckett! How could you suspect a love interest? I mean, really? Eh? Or maybe it's not even one of our friends. You don't know. Maybe we're forced to suspect them. So without further ado, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. I'm sorry that it's coming out a little bit late today. Unfortunately, I needed a little bit of rest, and I fell into a nice coma. Really, it was a nice coma. So by the way, we have finished Kingdom Hearts 1. The majority of it is up on our channel. However, the ending of it has not been put up on the channel because copyright reasons and YouTube's an ass. So you can head over to our Twitch for the time being. Catch over there. Which, speaking of Twitch, tonight we will be having a large Chain of Memories-a-thon where we will be completing all of the cinematics. It's basically a very long movie that we'll all get to see together. That basically I was going to play the game, but then at the same time the game is very annoying. It's a card-based game, Chain of Memories. However, it does have a lot of lore in it. It does have a lot of things that lead into Kingdom Hearts 2. So, we're just going to go with the full cinematics package instead of playing the card game. Yeah, enjoy that. So feel free, if you want to come on by to enjoy the awesomeness that is Chain of Memories from Kingdom Hearts, feel free to come on by. And without further ado, thank you all for watching. Hope to see you on Twitch. Otherwise, hope to see you in the next video. And I'll catch you all then. Peace out.